You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your weekly Young and the Restless prediction edition. As always, my predictions are based on current episode activity and confirmed CBS soap opera spoilers. I have got predictions for Claire, for Christine and Phyllis, for Daniel and Heather, for Nikki, and for Nick and Adam. I'm excited to unpack these for you. If you haven't, though, please reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. Now let's dive right in. My first prediction, Christine Williams is going to rub Phyllis Summers' face just all in it. And by the it, I mean Christine's reunion with Danny. Yay. If you're a big Christine and Danny shipper, this is your week. I mean, I don't know who is. I know there are some people that are excited about Christine and Danny. Very few and far between, but I do see you out there on social media, you stragglers that are still, for some reason, invested in them, and good for you. All right, everybody needs a ship, right? So Phyllis is unhinged, and she still isn't getting it. She thinks she and Danny are on the cusp of some sort of romantic reunion, even though he has spelled it out in large neon flashing block letters lit with fireworks and I don't even know, in a bold font, that he chose Christine. And that's that. And I can imagine Christine is just going to rub Phyllis's nose in it like a chihuahua that pooped on the rug. The bug is going to be petty and make sure Phyllis knows that she is leaving town with Danny. They're fully reunited, they're banging, and Phyllis's goose is cooked. So the spoilers about this prediction, Monday the 25th, Phyllis is doing this crazy talk thing at the GCAC, telling Christine that even though Danny's leaving without them both, she's going to follow him on tour and the bug can watch their good times on social media. Totally unaware that Danny has invited Christine on tour and she said yes, and they're basically packing to go. Christine mocks her and then heads upstairs to meet Danny in a room to do the deed. And like some twisted creeper pervert, spoilers confirm that Phyllis puts her ear to the door to listen to them. And when things start to get sexy, she has a little freak out. She pulls the fire alarm like a teenager having a tantrum. So yeah, when this all comes out, Christine is going to rub her nose in it. That is what I predict. All right, this second prediction, I know it's wild, but I think it's good for us to bear this in mind, just to keep an eye on it. This is more of a long-running, long-simmering back burner prediction. Is Eve Nicole Howard, a.k.a. Claire Grace, a.k.a. Claire Newman Howard, is she a sleeper agent? Was Jordan telling Nikki and Victoria the truth? Is she untrustworthy, and have they invited a snake into their home? So spoilers from last week's episode, Jordan was raging to Nikki and Victoria about, saying that this is how Claire is. I've raised her to be this way, basically saying she actually hates you and all this. I think it would be a great twist if Jordan was actually telling them the truth. I think it would be absolutely karmic for Victoria to have a daughter who really is worse than Adam. And I guarantee if they go this route, Hayley Erin would kill it. She plays mischievous so well. So right now she's being very sweet and she's reunited with the family and all this, but you have to, just in the world of Soapland, say it is possible that she could be pulling the wool over their eyes. And I think that would be fantastic, because with Jordan headed off to jail, Y&R needs a new villain. All right, my third prediction, Nikki's sobriety is again at risk. Is this Jordan angst and her surviving going to tip her over the edge? Victor is irritated on Monday that Nikki didn't let Jordan die, but she insists that she's not sorry and she would do it again. But the problem is Jordan's alive. She is handcuffed to a hospital bed, and that means Nikki's anxiety is very high. That woman has escaped jail before, so why not again? Spoilers say Thursday the 28th, Nikki confides in Jack, and it's that spoiler that has me worried about her sobriety. And by Friday the 29th, Victor is trying to distract Nikki, who is absorbed by her problems, according to spoilers. So I just wonder if she's reaching out to Jack because she's thinking she wants a drink. And, Victor's noticing this, but, Jack's her sponsor now. And I just worry that where she's been pretty clean, she might backslide a little bit after this near-death incident with Jordan. All right, my fourth prediction. I think Nick and Adam's brother bond is going to deepen. So we've got Adam versus Chelsea disagreeing over how to handle Connor's OCD and his mental health issues. And it's been really nice when Adam comes to Nick and acknowledges that he's a good dad and asking him for advice. I agree that Nick is a good dad. I don't think he's a great boyfriend, fiance, or husband, but a great dad, yes, and very easy on the eyes, yes, absolutely. So spoilers for Friday the 29th say Nick gives Adam unsolicited advice. So I'm sure this has to be about Connor. Maybe he's just telling him what's going on and that he and Chelsea aren't seeing eye to eye. So I don't know if Nick's going to give him some advice about how to navigate Chelsea. I mean, Nick has been in a relationship with her as well, or if it's just going to be how to handle a troubled child. Because, Nick has dealt with troublesome kids before. Faith was getting into all kinds of trouble and had that, Adam saved her a couple of times. So he definitely has been there and been through the fire to some extent. And I'm looking forward to them getting closer. And maybe this whole thing with Connor could have Nick and Adam finding a real brother bond, which I think would be fantastic. All right, my fifth and final prediction. I think Heather and Daniel Romalotti may just walk away from Genoa City. So, maybe before they get run out of town. On Monday, official spoilers say Lily lays into Heather and lets her know she's still deciding her fate at Chancellor Winters at the same time that Devon is basically saying the same thing to Daniel. Your fate is undecided, but things don't look good for you. Devon tells Lily he thinks they should fire both of them, but Lily wants to think about this from a business perspective and not a personal perspective. But I think Heather and Daniel may realize that they know what they did wasn't right. They're trying to justify it and blah, blah, but maybe they'll realize it's really not right to stay under Lily's nose, which unintentionally rubs her nose in it every time she sees them together. Plus, they want to be able to be out, be relaxed, enjoy their romance without being disrespectful. And that's a problem because they travel in these small circles and they are going to be constantly in Lily's face. Will these two do the right thing and leave town? Maybe they will follow Danny and Christine on tour. As I've said many times, really hoping for a Romalotti mass exodus from town. We'll see how it goes. Those are all of our predictions for Young and the Restless. Please subscribe if you haven't. Definitely drop your comments on what you think of the predictions, where you think the storylines might go. If you think it's going in a different direction, I love to read your thoughts. And definitely come back soon. We are here talking Young and the Restless 7 days a week on your #1 most followed soap opera channel on YouTube. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.